like.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Blue. I'm here with none other than the beautiful Ebony Bridges, but she's vicious at the same time, right? Don't let the pretty face and the smile fool you.
That's it. Yeah. I just came off from another win on the weekend on Saturday in Australia. It's my third fight, second KO, so stopped in the second round. So yeah, pumped and came over here to see Dennis Hogan, represent my homeboy. But yeah.
Now, how did you get into the sport of boxing? Because I know a lot of people see women like yourself, and they like, is she a boxer? How did you get into the sport?
I've actually been doing martial arts since I was 5. So I started doing like, your karate and kickboxing and all that kind of stuff. And so I've always kind of been in combat sports. And then as I got a bit older, I kind of gave it up and went into bodybuilding. Then I was like, you know what, I really miss punching people in the face and like hitting people. So I went back to boxing and and that's kind of just where it is. And I have 2 brothers that I beat up all the time, so I had to defend myself. No, but honestly, yeah, that's it, so. So
you've been paying attention. How long you been into the sport?
Oh, years, yeah, since Costa Zoo times. That's who I grew up with. This is the 90s. Yeah.
Now, what weight class? Tell the people what weight class and where they can find you.
I fight in super flyweight to Bantam. And yeah, that's it is, although it's kind of hard to get fights. So I have gone up a little bit in one of my fights, but super flyweight to Bantam is my go-to.
Now everybody, women's boxing is taking off.
Yes,
and everybody's starting to pay attention. And Clarissa Shields, everybody's starting to make noise.
I met Clarissa Shields last night. I was fangirling. She was really lovely.
Right. Yeah. So we have Cecilia Brækhus. A lot of women make a name for themselves. We have Alicia Baumgartner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women making a name for themselves. And now, there's always talk of equality, pay, and the rounds being 3 minutes and things of that nature.
Rounds, just
right. But we saw a fight just recently for 3-minute rounds, and it was action-packed fight. It probably was the best action-packed fight on the card. So.
But that was some very good fighters as well. We're talking about Marlene. Yeah, I mean, like, they're amazing boxers, with really good pedigree. Like, Marlene has that, Olympic pedigree, and Sineza, she's been boxing since she was like, walking probably. So they were just 2 really quality fighters as well. I see that they're chasing for the equality, and that's all good. But at the same time, I mean, they're going to be fighting 3-minute rounds. They're not going to be getting paid much more. Like, let's be real. It's got nothing to do with the time. It's got to do with the viewers. And I think it's going to still be quite a while before women's boxing gets enough revenue exposure to pay equal to the men, whether we do 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Right.
So I mean. But I love that they're all standing for it and they are pushing it. I think, if you look at Marlene, she come out of the Olympics and that, so she's used to doing 3-minute rounds as well. So, with the amateurs doing that. So, I mean, I'm easy as long as I'm punching people in the face. Like, I don't really care. I don't plan to last longer than the whole time anyways. Really, I don't go in there. But so I don't mind. I just love boxing. I love fighting. So whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whether I get paid this or get paid that, I don't care as long as I'm punching people.
Now, if you had to describe your style and using a man's boxer, a male boxer, how would you describe your style?
Well, you have to check me out, but so you can believe me. But everyone says that I look like Mike Tyson and Golovkin. So I'm very I'm short. I'm really short for my weight. I'm really strong. Like I said, I was a bodybuilder for 7 years, so I have I got that power, and I like to sit on the inside. My favorite fighters are like Morales, Eric Morales, Barrera, like they're all my favorite fighters, all these Mexican fighters. So I love to just sit on the inside and bang. I like stalking, coming in. I have to cut in like Chavez, kind of chip in, getting my way in like that. But most people that watch me, they'll call me like Little Tyson because I got the head movement and I'm really aggressive and come forward. And I like to sit and bang. So I don't know, but you have to check it out to believe it because I know it probably doesn't look like it.
Now, let me ask you. Your 5 favorite male fighters today and your 5 favorite female fighters today.
Of modern age now?
Yep, right now.
Okay,
current.
Right now, current. Okay. 5 favorite. This is so hard because I like different fighters for different things. But okay.
So what's your favorite style of fight then to watch?
I love wars. It depends. I love Mexican style. I like the sit inside. I like it when they go hard at it. But I also love watching fights where there's a lot of thinking and strategy. So I'm really into Canelo, just because I love the strategies that he uses. He's just improving every fight, and it's always something different he's coming. So I have to say Canelo. I like Usyk is pretty freaking amazing. Can we call Manny Pacquiao still current? Manny Pacquiao.
I mean, he's the WBA welterweight champ. So.
Yeah, exactly. Sean Porter. Sean Porter. And what's that? That's 4. And probably feel like I'm giving not much attention. Oh no, Virgil Ortiz. Love Virgil Ortiz.
Oh, okay.
I'm so keen to it. Like,
so it's clear you like aggressors.
Yeah, of course.
Right,
like I appreciate the other stuff, but I do like that come forward aggressiveness. Definitely. Yeah.
Now females.
Okay, favorites. Katie Taylor. Hard-hitting diva, love her, she's great. Michaela Mayer, man, I really love watching her progress through her pro boxing, her pro career. She's awesome. Clarissa Shields, of course. Another girl. Probably Serrano. Yeah, I have to say that.
Now we got a huge fight.
Yeah.
Coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
They held the weigh-in today.
This is a killer. Yeah.
Anthony Joshua came in significantly lower. He weighed in 237.
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz came in at 284.
Crazy.
283.7.
Crazy.
How do you see that fight playing out?
Man.
What you think about those weights?
Yeah, like Ruiz is heavier, right? So I mean, this is crazy because I don't think Ruiz should have changed much. Like I feel like he would have put on muscle as well. He hasn't got fatter. And that muscle, we know what happens with muscle. It does slow you down. He doesn't need the power.
Right.
What he just did to AJ. So I don't know where he's gone with that.
Right.
And as for AJ, I like him a lot better when he's lighter. I like him heaps better when he's lighter. I love watching him beginning of his career when he was like fast and he's sharp and throwing his punches together, just letting his hands go. So I think that going off that, if Anthony Joshua has made the improvements that I think and the changes that he's had to make, I think that he could stop Ruiz. And I think also possibly Ruiz, with all that extra media attention, all the hype and stuff that he's not used to, I think that could also play a part.
You think it distracted him?
Yeah, 100%. Because AJ's gone the complete opposite. He's gone into like hiding almost. Like he's not even out and about. Like he's just like burrowed down. And I think he needed to do that just to get back on his path. But I still think Ruiz can beat him, and I still think Ruiz can outwork him, depending. For me, it's a really 50-50 fight.
Right.
And even if who I want to win, like I really want Ruiz to win, but I would love to see AJ make that comeback because I do think he's a true champion. I think he's a great ambassador for the sport. So just makes it hard. I suppose it comes down. It's only one punch, changes the whole thing. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, right? Yeah. So let's see what happens. I'm keen. It's gonna be a good fight no matter what.
And we see one punch. Speaking of one punch, did you watch Deontay Wilder's fight a couple of weeks ago?
Yes. Wow.
Where do you rate his power, and and where do you rate him in the heavyweight division right now?
That's what he is, and I think people give him. I'm not like a huge Wilder fan, but I think people still give him a lot less credit than he deserves. I think that it depends how you look at it. I feel like he planned that. Like he was very patient, and I think he's so confident in his power that he was happy to let go those rounds because he knows once he gets his range and once he gets his distance, he can land that. And it was a great shot. Like I feel this fight, he was much better. There were straight punches. He wasn't throwing his wild back of the head.
Right.
To be honest, that first fight, he was punching him back of the head,
right,
like with these wild shots. But I think it showed a little bit more of a even more patient Wilder, and I think that's good to see him finally progressing and finally developing in his, because he didn't develop for a long time. It was just the same, and it's just the last few fights where he seems to have actually been developing. So it's good to see that because he does have this insane power. It's godly, like it's nuts. He has to have the hardest hitter in the whole heavyweight division ever.
Right.
So and that's the thing with Wilder is that no matter what, he has a puncher's chance.
Right.
It doesn't matter. He can lose fucking 12 rounds,
right,
and he's confident. So
right.
I mean. I liked what Ortiz did. I think he did a bit of a better job at outboxing him as well than the first fight. But yeah, got caught, man.
Now, how many times did you fight this year?
I fought 3 times this year.
And you already looking to fight again? You just fought this past weekend, and
I fought on the weekend, and I fought 6 weeks before that. But my first fight, which was my pro debut in February, I snapped my ankle in the first round, the first 10 seconds, got caught with a flash knockdown, went down on my ankle and snapped it, got back up for another 3 rounds and won.
Wow.
The fight, but then 2 days after my fight, I had to have surgery. Had 2 surgeries. Had to learn to walk again because I snapped my leg pretty bad, and I fought on that for 3 rounds.
Right.
So then I was out for 6 months. So for me, like I was in rehab, working my leg. I was on crutches for like 3 months. I couldn't walk, couldn't drive, couldn't do anything. So for me coming back, I'm like, I just got to pump them out because I've just lost 8 months almost, you know. I was 6 months recovery and then 2 months getting back into it to fight, you know. So it was a bit of a process, but everything happens for a reason. A lot of good things came out of that. And I mean, it just shows the heart that I have to get knocked down, to snap my ankle, to then get back up and then pump the girl. And the girl had a winning record. It was my debut and she was 2-1 from, she was Filipino, really tough Filipino. So I mean, it shows character, I suppose. But, and I always think, well, if I can do that, then man, these girls got nothing. Right. I'll fight with broken hands, broken legs, I don't care. You're all fucked.
And you looking to get back in the ring when?
Yeah, definitely February or March.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably in Australia. I would love to fight for Australian title in March. And we're looking at that, and obviously then bring myself over here. I want to, you know, build my brand here in America because this is where it is, you know. So,
now let me ask you, without stepping on any toes, who's the best women's boxer currently today?
The best women's boxer currently?
Yeah. If you give me your top 5 pound for pound right now.
Women.
In order, women.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's so hard. I really can't pick between, like, say, Brookhurst, Clarissa, and Taylor. I'd have to say, like, I like Taylor because she's got a beautiful boxing style and she boxes so, like, clean and crisp, you know. But man, I don't know. I have to say Katie. And then, even Clarissa, like, I mean, but the division's different. There's not much competition in the Clarissas.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why she's going up and down. I know she has all those titles. She's undisputed, which is amazing. I can't pick it. I'm not going. I can't do it. I'm not going to.
Can't do it.
No, I'm not going to do it. Sorry.
So it's safe to say that you will pick Katie to beat Amanda?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you see the fight playing out, though?
I see Katie outpointing her. Yeah. I can't see Katie. Katie doesn't have the power. She doesn't really knock people out. I mean, Serrano could knock her out, but I mean, she just fought with that Pearson, who's fucking tough and strong as well. Katie has a big chin, you know what I mean? And I think she's only going to get better. Her defense is better in the last fight than it was in that Pearson fight. She learned from it and she got better, you know. And she's very experienced, so I think she would adapt. And she would have fought heaps of southpaws as an amateur, like heaps. And you know, I know it's a little bit different in the pros, obviously, but I just think she's really tricky and she's able to adapt really well. And I think it's going to be a good fight. I would love to see that fight. Yeah.
So now let me ask you this: if your dream match up, who would you choose today, before they retire, before they out the sport? Who would you want to share the ring with?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marina Juarez.
Yeah.
From Mexico. Fuck yeah. I want to go down there and train with her. Like, it'd be sick to be in the camp in Mexico with her. Like, I just love Mexican fighters. And I'm like, when I turned pro, I said to my coach, I want to fight Mexicans and I want to go to Mexico and fight.
Right.
Because I like to go to war. He goes, it's not about that. You shouldn't, like, you know, you shouldn't just want to go to war. You should be smart. Be smart.
Right.
Because everyone says that. Be smart, you know. And I'm like, but I just, you know, obviously that's the kind of fights that I enjoy. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be an awesome fight.
So is it safe to say that you might end up moving to the States and setting up here?
I'm not too sure about moving. You know, I'm a high school maths teacher at home, so that's like my full-time job as a maths teacher. But and I got a lot of things going on home, but I definitely will be looking to do camps over here. So say I have a fight, and I'll be coming here for like 4 to 6 weeks. I'm happy to do that. Not sure if I would relocate, but hey, I've got to do what I've got to do, and if I have to do that, then maybe it might happen.
Because that flight is brutal. We just talked about it, right?
Yeah, 24 hours.
24-hour flight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd have to like fly here like a couple of days before normal, just to get used to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, cool. So if you want to give me a follow me on Instagram, Ebanie, EBANIE_Bridges, or Blonde Bomber. That's probably the best way to see me. Yeah, Facebook and stuff, I'm not really down with it. And Twitter, I'm slowly getting more into it, but yeah, definitely Instagram.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.